freestyle world champion and the racing world champions crowned. So everybody's going really hard on this tour, trying to win. And I went a little bit too hard this past weekend. Didn't really get to make it all the way through my freestyle runs, but, I mean, the fans had a heck of a show. So truck's pretty tore up right now, and we're hoping to unload it out of the trailer tomorrow and do some maintenance to it, hopefully get it ready for this weekend.
Man, you got to beat that vehicle up. I mean, how do you even practice for the stuff you do? When you get airborne, brother, I mean, it looks like you're so high up in the air, and when you hit, your whole body, the inertia of your whole body hitting, it must feel like somebody dropping bricks on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not riding in a Cadillac, that's for sure. But I mean, normally when you're getting into the truck and before a freestyle run or a racing run or whatever, you get so tight in the seat that you normally can't breathe. Like that's the gauge. Is if you can't breathe, you're tight enough. So.
Did you get your love for racing and cars growing up in North Carolina? Because that is the mecca where racing started, to me, it seems like.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, Charlotte is a huge racing capital. I mean, pretty much racing capital of the world, I would say. But I grew up on the other side of the state, the eastern side, which is out there in Currituck County, North Carolina, and that's the home of Gravediggers. So everybody says, Kill Devil Hills is where Gravediggers from, but that was where Dennis originally started it, and then ended up moving his shop over to Currituck because of the abundance of land and everything over there, and really wanted to build a shop to expand. So he's done that, and I grew up. I was born in 1990, so I'm 26 years old, and Dennis is, I think, 52 or 53 now, maybe. I don't know, he might be a little bit older, but he started Gravedigger in 1982, and I mean, it's been going for 35 years. And I was just lucky enough to grow up in a small town with him and his two sons, and me and his two sons, Ryan and Adam, which also drive trucks. We're really good friends, and when we grew up together, it was kind of one of those things that just stuck. I mean, you hang out with the right people, and you're forced onto things that you either want to do or you don't want to do. And Dennis kind of gave us that look, and every Christmas he would end up buying Adam and Ryan like lawnmowers that were hopped up and trying to race them, and then it escalated into cars and trucks and stuff and four wheelers. So I mean, we've always been racing stuff ever since a young age, and I was fortunate enough to grow up around them, and that's kind of how I started. I worked for Adam and drove his ride truck, which you pay $5 down at the Digger's Dungeon, and just drive the kids around, and they have a good time, scream and yell, and then I got the opportunity one day, and I think it was 2011 is when I started. I worked for Steve Sims and Stone Crusher, and he gave me a shot at driving a truck on the tour for Monster Jam. Pretty much has been history ever since, man. I mean, been just kind of moving up in the ranks, and had the opportunity last year to jump into a Gravedigger. Seat opened up, and Dennis was more than happy to offer it to me. So it's been a wild ride, man, and I think being in a Gravedigger is awesome because I'm able to represent my hometown.
Right on. And I understand Dennis was hurt in the last show or something, right?
Yeah. He suffered some injuries in Tampa, Florida, and had to go to the hospital. But yeah, he's recovering, man. He got out of the hospital, I think, Friday,
right.
And he's slowly recovering. I mean, it's a long process, and for him. But I mean, dude, he's a tough old man. I swear, that guy. He has taken some hits, and I mean, kudos goes out to everybody that started the whole Monster Jam circuit, monster trucks back in the 80s and 90s. Because I mean, you're essentially just lifting up a pickup truck off of the road and putting 66-inch tires on it and just going out and catching 15 feet of air. And I mean, that's what makes our trucks ride like Cadillacs, because I mean, those guys were jumping with bench seats and lap belts. And
right.
we got like the most state-of-the-art equipment. We're still kind of getting beat up, and I mean, a lot of the guys that I work with, well, we're older, and back in the '80s, they had trucks, and they were like, son, you just grew up in the wrong era.
Right.
And it's fun to talk with them, man, because it's just those guys really paved the roads for us, and for us to be able to really be in a big show like this in Superdome. I mean, I remember watching, Super Bowls and football games and all sorts of stuff, growing up as a kid, and I've always been into sports. And, I mean, it's so cool to be able to be on the big stage of, the biggest show in New Orleans, pretty much. So I'm excited.
Well, I'll
for
tell
this
you,
weekend,
Morgan,
man.
Everybody sees you as the driver Gravedigger, but they also have to appreciate the fact you as the person going back and coaching soccer at your old high school and things like that and working with the kids.
Right on.
That means a whole lot more than jumping in that seat, that you're giving back to the community as Morgan, and also have that persona as Morgan Gravedigger.
Right. We talked about that last weekend in San Antonio, and I was on the news with them, and they were like, "Wait, you drive a monster truck and you coach soccer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, And it's kind of it's the best of both worlds kind of thing, I mean, I went to college, and that was always my goal as a young kid. I always wanted to go to college, get a degree, and play professional soccer. So I mean, my dad and I traveled around. I played for a number of different really, really good club teams. And, I mean, I love the game, and I can't get away from it. It's kind of my escape to really not think about anything. And I had the opportunity to volunteer with the high school and just help out after work. So, I mean, I would go in early because when I'm not on the road, I'm at the shop at Gravedigger working on trucks and maintenance and everything, and just trying to, make sure that we're on the top of our game every time we go somewhere. And after work, I mean, I'll go in early at 6 a.m. and then get off at 3 to make it to practice at 3:30, and then coach from 3:30 all the way to 6:30 with the boys from the high school. And I mean, they think it's so cool that, they'll see me on TV, and then they're like, see me at practice the next day, and they're like, "Oh man, how did it all go?" and all this stuff. And, I mean, we'll talk about it, but I mean, I try to, put my accolades out of the window when I step on the field with them, because I want them to focus on the task at hand and getting better as players, and pretty much progressing as a team. Because I mean, they did so well this season. It was cool to be a part of it and see kids grow. And we got a bunch of
it. Exactly.
Right.
Well,
right.
Folks, we're talking with Morgan Kane, Gravedigger. He's at the Superdome for Monster Jam. Get your tickets now. You're listening to Out and About in the Big Easy. Man, Morgan, thank you so much, brother, for talking with us.
Be safe.
Hey, man, not a problem. Thanks for having me, guys, and I'll see you guys this weekend.
You got it. Bye-bye.
This weekend. So thank you, Rudy Dixon, for working the big board for us, and we hope to see you next week on Out and About in the Big Easy. PJ LaRive, Kevin Belton.
Woohoo!
This advertisement does not constitute an offer to sell a franchise. The offer of a franchise can only be made through the delivery of a franchise disclosure document. Fresh Healthy Vending is a new company that is revolutionizing the vending machine business by filling them with healthy